Morning. I am happy that I have an opportunity to listen to business. As Caro has said, we have had a relationship from the days of the Grand Coalition government to the days of the Jubilee administration. And today, I have come here both as Deputy President, but as also a candidate in this election. And I've had to, and I am happy to have listened to the presentation that has been made by Caro. And I will just say a few things. Just listening to Caro, it took me back to when I was appointed Minister for Agriculture. When I went to the Ministry of Agriculture in 2008, I found that the things that need to be done are already in government books, and we didn't need anything new to be able to get the ministry running. We just needed to roll up our sleeves and provide leadership, and things would change. And many people told me then I had a man called Romano Kiome, who many people thought he was a very difficult person. And many people asked me, how are you going to work with this guy? But I found Romano a very good Kenyan, because he was determined on delivery. And many people did not like being pushed to deliver. Listening to Caro and the team this morning, I am also clear that what needs to be done in Kenya, you don't need to invest in any research. It's already in our books. Many of the things that need to be done are already known, and all that is required now is the necessary leadership to deliver on the things that we already know should be done. And that is what this election is going to be about. My own perspective on the presentation that has been made and the place where we are as a country. I remember saying 3 years ago that we are going to change the conversation in Kenya. That's not going to be about leaders. It's not about changing the constitution. It's not going to be about sharing power. But it's going to be about the people. It's not going to be about changing the constitution. It's going to be about changing the economy. It's not going to be about sharing power. It's going to be about how to empower the citizens of our country. And that's where we are today. We have pushed the conversation in the political space to the place where we are today. We are discussing the economy. From the Kenya Kwanza bottom-up economic model to all the array up to where our other friends are. And I am a very proud Kenyan that we are having a conversation in this election about the economy. It couldn't have been any better. I know there is an attempt to still continue to bring back the discussion about changing the constitution, creating a few more positions, creating a position of ombudsman to supervise the judiciary, giving additional power to the president, to be able to manage the judiciary and to manage the legislature. But I'm very confident that the people of Kenya will make the correct decision, and that what we need to change in this election is not the constitution, but the economy. And why the economy from where I sit? The way to move Kenya to the next level, as has been ably articulated by Caro, relook at the whole spectrum of our economy. From the Kenya Kwanza perspective, we believe that the first step towards everything you have said here is how to capitalize the private sector. That's the whole essence. If you ask me what bottom-up is, it's about how to capitalize the private sector. Many people, the corporates, that's not what we are discussing. We are discussing about having a limited resource base. How do you deploy the resources we have where we can get the highest return? Highest return in terms of creating jobs, highest return in terms of creating opportunity, highest return in terms of creating wealth, and highest return in terms of how we can move everybody to the next level. From the Kenya Kwanza perspective, we believe that the limited resources we have, the way to get the highest return is to deploy in areas that not only give us quick returns, but also the highest returns. And where are these areas? You've heard us say the lowest hanging fruit is in the agricultural space and in the micro and small enterprise space. In that sector of the private sector, we will then not only get to increase their productivity and get a quicker return, but we will then create a market. So it's about increasing our productivity and expanding the market for everybody. Let me maybe put it much more clearly. We believe that agriculture being the low-hanging fruit, deploying public resources in increasing the productivity of our farmers is the easiest place to begin. Why? Because number one, whether it is crops, we have the farmers already in place. They are already doing it. If it is maize, they are producing 5 bags per acre. We can make them produce 15 in one season, if we make sure they have the correct seed and we make sure they have access to affordable fertilizer. We will increase their productivity. We are the largest producer of milk in this continent. But on average, per cow, we produce between 3 and 4 kilos per cow. With quality seed, with quality feed, we can increase the productivity of every cow from 3 to 15 or 20. That way, we can take it, even if we double it to 10 billion liters. Milk can easily overtake horticulture, can easily overtake tea in terms of our foreign exchange earner. And we have the market for it in this continent. This continent imports milk from New Zealand and all manner of places. I slipped a bit the other day. I was having a session in Nyeri, and I was trying to talk about DRC, where we have 90 million people. But I was misquoted. I was trying to say, DRC, we enjoy their music. They can also enjoy our milk, you know, because they are a big market, and they are actually a potential market. Why do I say it's a hanging fruit? We have the cows. The farmers are already doing it. Only that they are producing 3 kilos. From the same cow, they can produce 10, 15 kilos. And we can double or even triple our milk production. So this is the sector that has the lowest hanging fruit. Why do I say that? We can increase the productivity of our crop farmers in one season. We can increase the productivity of our cows within 2-3 months. So that's the place. If you invest, if you deploy, the problem with that space is capital. They don't have the money to do it. And we need to deploy capital and support that sector. What does it do? We have close to 6 million. Anyway, 60% of Kenyans do some sort of farming. Even the people in this room. Everybody here is some sort of a farmer. Bigger portion of our population is, and we can, if we enhance the productivity of that sector, we will also expand the market for everybody. And that's why we believe that sector is the easiest sector to begin to stimulate our economy. We have done very well with the deployment of infrastructure. Our second term was about the Big Four, many of you know. And one of the pillars of the Big Four was agriculture. And what we wanted to achieve in agriculture is to increase the productivity of our agricultural sector. Unfortunately, we haven't quite done what we wanted to do. And I know everybody